Jackson here at Song Mentor. Well, today's song was originally recorded on Johnny Cash's very first LP with his hot and blue guitar. It didn't really become a monster hit for him until he re-released the song in the early 70s as a live version when he sang it at Folsom Prison. The melody was borrowed from another songwriter, and of course when the song became a big hit in the early 70s, he did reimburse that fellow to the tune of about $75,000 for borrowing the melody idea for the song. The song is part train song, part prison song, which is a theme that's common to Johnny Cash's music. And the line in the song, "I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die." It's an interesting story behind that. He was sitting down with his pen trying to compose the song and thought to himself, what's the worst reason you could kill a man? Or the worst reason you could spend time in a prison? And something as cold and calculated as that came into his mind, into his pen, and into the song. Here's from the early 70s, the more up-tempo version, Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny Cash. Well, Folsom Prison Blues is a three-chord song, but what I want to show you is how to give the three chords that chugga-lugga kind of Johnny Cash feel to them. And if you remember back to the I Walk the Line lesson, we're going to borrow a little bit from that because this is his style, and we won't visit a Johnny Cash song for some time, if again. And so enjoy this style while we present it here, because it's a unique style of playing. It's a lot of fun. So the chords you need are an open E, A7, open A7, and again I'm playing that by just leaving out the middle note of the A chord, leaving it as an open G, and then a B7 chord. So now while we've got these three chords, let's talk about how to include the bass line, if you like, the accompaniment, and on the E chord, I'll teach you the strumming in a moment, but what you need to know is that I'm picking the E, the low open E, and then the B note on the A string, which I'm already playing. So it just becomes this. I hear the train a-comin'. Okay. When I play the A7, I'm playing the open A note and the open E note. And when I play the B7, I'm playing the B note and then the F sharp note. So I'm just moving that middle finger, which plays the B note. So those are the three chords, and that's the little trick in terms of playing them to fit with this song. Okay, let's nail this simple strumming pattern that is, you know, the basis for this train song rhythm that Johnny Cash is so famous for. So, it's pretty simple. It's just pick and then down up, but the down up isn't on all the strings. It's on 6, 5, 4, and maybe 3. Okay. Now this chord I'm playing is an E chord, but you can see that I'm picking the E note and then strumming down and up, and then picking the B note on the A string and then strumming down and up again. And you can also see that the heel of my hand here is muting the strings near the bridge. Okay, so just slow it down. I hear the train a-comin'. That's the strumming pattern. When I switch to the A chord, the strumming pattern doesn't change, or the B7. Okay, simple, repetitive, train-like. There it is. All right, let's learn the intro, and what I want you to do is play a B7 chord, okay, and we're going to pick the B note of the B7 chord, and then the next note that's in that chord, which is an E flat, and that's part of the B7 chord as well. 3 picks on the B note, 2 picks on the E flat note on the 4th string, and then back to the B note, and then, and all we're doing there is I'm going to reach down with this 2nd finger, the same way I do during the, except this time when I reach down, I'm just going to grab it and bend it. And the next note is going to be the first note of the E chord in the structure of the song. So let's go through that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, bend. Again. B, 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 E flat, B, F sharp, bended, E. Did I get down there? I think I did that. Okay, that's the intro. That takes us into I hear the train a-comin'. Okay, let's put the intro together with a verse and see how it flows. Okay, well, interestingly enough, if you listen to the live version, which he had the big hit with, that was recorded live at Folsom Prison, it's quite a bit quicker, the tempo. The original version is quite a bit slower, so we're probably going to be somewhere in between. But of course, you can adjust that to suit your own taste. Here we go. I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. This is just a simple little instrumental bit that actually starts out the instrumental portion of the song, and on the live version it's I believe it's a harp playing this, but I think on the original version it was guitar. And so we're going to start this with our 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to hammer up to the 9th fret with our 3rd finger, like that. And then our 1st and 4th fingers are going to shuttle back and forth between the 7th and 10th frets of the 1st string. You just leave the 1st finger on. Okay, so again, 8 and 9, 7 and 10. And then I'm just going to suggest this as we're coming out of that. All we're doing there is following it down from 10, 7, and here I'm on 10 of the B string, 9, and then we're into the chording portion of the instrumental part. I'm just giving you something that you can do that's kind of easy and fun here, but we can start out with the authentic. So that takes us through the instrumental. So again, we started with the actual little instrumental riff there. Ended up coming out of it, A7. All I'm doing is playing around there a little bit with the A7 by pulling and hammering with my pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd and 1st string. Then back into E, but you can throw an E7 in there in the middle of that. Just kind of play around with that a little bit, and then the B7. Get back into the chord progression by bending that F sharp again. Okay, that's just a little way to play the instrumental break in Folsom Prison Blues. Alright, well, let's work just on what we haven't done so far, which is, or as far as a playthrough goes, and that is we'll start at the instrumental, we'll sing the last 2 verses together, and then I'll throw in a bit of an ending for you. Okay, here we go.
Well, I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move out over a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I wanna stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Well, I'll probably never get out of here anyway.
All right, well, there it is, Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny Cash. And just remember that this is a storytelling song. It's a train song. The rhythm is really important, so again. And then that's just a background to the story, which is, you know, a man who's done wrong and feels badly for it and is singing about it. So it's a fun song to sing, fun song to play for people. And just one of those gems from Johnny Cash. We'll see you next time on songmentor.com.